I think life on Earth must be about more than just solving problems. It's got to be something inspiring, even if it is vicarious. It's okay to have your eggs in one basket as long as you control what happens to that basket. Any product that needs a manual to work is broken. Life is too short for long-term grudges. I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. I take the position that I'm always to some degree wrong, and the aspiration is to be less wrong. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Over time, I think we will probably see a closer merger of biological intelligence and digital intelligence. Rockets are cool. There's no getting around that. I think it would be great to be born on Earth and die on Mars. Just hopefully not at the point of impact. I'm a Silicon Valley guy. I just think people from Silicon Valley can do anything. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop, where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. I hate writing about personal stuff. I don't have a Facebook page. I don't use my Twitter account. I am familiar with both, but I don't use them. There are some important differences between me and Tony Stark, like I have 5 kids, so I spend more time going to Disneyland than parties. If you think back to the beginning of cell phones, laptops, or really any new technology, it's always expensive. If we're going to have any chance of sending stuff to other star systems, we need to be laser-focused on becoming a multi-planet civilization. I've actually not read any books on time management. Mars is the only place in the solar system where it's possible for life to become multi-planetarian. I think we are at the dawn of a new era in commercial space exploration. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is a disaster. I tend to approach things from a physics framework, and physics teaches you to reason from first principles rather than by analogy. The factory is the machine that builds the machine. There's a silly notion that failure is not an option at NASA. Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. I'm trying to construct a world that maximizes the probability that SpaceX continues its mission without me. In the West, people often don't like listening to their leaders, even if they are right. The reason we should do a carbon tax is because it's the right thing to do. It's economics 101, elementary stuff. As you heat the planet up, it's just like boiling a pot. America is the spirit of human exploration distilled. I'm personally a moderate and a registered independent, so I'm not strongly Democratic or strongly Republican. If humanity doesn't land on Mars in my lifetime, I would be very disappointed. If anyone has a vested interest in space solar power, it would have to be me. If we drive down the cost of transportation in space, we could do great things. You need to be in the position where it is the cost of the fuel that actually matters and not the cost of building the rocket in the first place. Silicon Valley has some of the smartest engineers and technology business people in the world. My opinion is it's a bridge too far to go to fully autonomous cars. The fuel cell is just a fundamentally inferior way of delivering electrical energy to an electric motor than batteries. In the early days of aviation, there was a great deal of experimentation and a high death rate. I think we have a duty to maintain the light of consciousness to make sure it continues into the future. I just want to retire before I go senile, because if I don't retire before I go senile, then I'll do more damage than good at that point. Self-driving cars are the natural extension of active safety and obviously something we should do. I don't spend my time pontificating about high-concept things, I spend my time solving engineering and manufacturing problems. I think you should always bear in mind that entropy is not on your side. I think it matters whether someone has a good heart. People should pursue what they're passionate about. That will make them happier than pretty much anything else. Really, the only thing that makes sense is to strive for greater collective enlightenment. In order for us to have a future that's exciting and inspiring, it has to be one where we're a space-faring civilization.